Namaste, and welcome to Tridevi Chamunda Mandir in Denver, Colorado. I'm Yamajit, and welcome to part 6 of our series of pujas and satsangs to the Nitya goddesses. Tonight we'll be honoring the goddess Vipracitta. For those of you who've just tuned in, you probably noticed on my channel that there is a PowerPoint video that is designed to go with tonight's presentation. So I highly encourage you to take a look at that after our program this evening. Please feel free to say hello on the chat function on the bottom of the screen. And before we begin, I'd like to make a couple of announcements. So this coming Tuesday, we'll be continuing in our Tuesday satsang series on the chakras. We're going to be doing chair yoga and meditation and a short puja for the crown chakra. And then a week from today, it'll be the first Monday of May. We'll be doing our monthly Kriya Yoga satsang. If you've never done one of those before, I invite you to tune in, and you can definitely follow along with the mantras and meditations. For our Friday pujas, the second Friday in May, we'll be doing the next in our Kali Nitya series, be part 7. And this is going to be the first puja that we have with an in-person option. So you would be welcome to join us here at our temple if you're in the Denver area. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me through my channel. And also, if you would like to get our monthly calendar, please give me a working email address and I'll get that to you before the end of this weekend. What we're looking at is part 7 of the Kali Nitya series for the second Tuesday of the month, Friday of the month. Third Friday of the month, we'll be doing another Yoga Nidra meditation, and then another installment of the Kali Nitya series, part 8, will be the final Friday of the month. So again, welcome and namaste. So I'm going to go through the material that's in the PowerPoint, and I'm going to say a few things about some of these items, and then we'll go into our puja and meditation. So the Kali Nityas are a collection of 15 goddesses who are different aspects of the Divine Mother. And if you look at slide number 2 of that presentation, there's this lovely illustration showing all 15. They're associated with the 15 nights of the waning lunar cycle. And if you look at slide number 3, you'll see this illustration and the names of some different Nitya goddesses. So there's 15 Nitya goddesses for the waning half of the lunar month for Ma Kali, but there's also a set for the goddess Lalita. Lalita is the primary goddess of the Sri Yantra. This comes from a branch of Tantra called the Sri Vidya lineage. So the sixth Kali Nitya goddess is Vipracitta, and this is an enlargement of her illustration. So as the sixth goddess, she represents the sixth night from the full moon. And her name, Vipracitta, means she whose objects of consciousness are varied. So when we look at her yantra, Like some of the others in the Bindu, in the center of the yantra, we have the Bij mantra Krim, which is the primary seed syllable for Ma Kali. We have the same Bapura, or four gateways around the edge of the yantra. There's 8 lotus petals, and this has been true of the other yantras we've looked at. And then in the center, we have a 6-pointed star. So to explain each of these items in the yantra, when I get to the page. So the Bindu, or center of the yantra, is the syllable Krim. Again, the vibratory mantra for Kali. So around that is a single triangle, and the 3 points on that triangle represent the 3 gunas, the 3 principal states of being, of sattvas, rajas, and tamas. Sattvas being the most etheric, tamas being the most material, rajas being kind of in between those 2 extremes. And then the hexagram, the 2 triangles together in the 6-pointed star, they represent 6 principles called the 6 Vedangas. And the Vedangas are principles of study and application related to Vedic scripture and applying scripture in terms of ceremony and devotion. So these 6 Vedangas include correct pronunciation, rhyme and meter of the verses, sentence structure, semantics, so the meaning of words, astrology in regards to setting the proper time for a particular puja, and then the ethics that go along with that. The 8 surrounding petals, like with the other yantras we've looked at, represent the matrikas, the 8 little mother goddesses, which we've done a previous series on, and their bhairavas, or their male counterparts. And then in the Bapura, the 4 gateways on the outside of the yantra, they're called the Lokapalas or Dikpalas. These are 8 directional deities. And it might be interesting when this series is done to maybe do a series on these 8 gods. Well, there are gods and 1 goddess. So in the north is Kubera, the god of wealth. In the northeast, Sana, who's a form of Shiva. In the east, the storm god Indra. In the southeast, the fire god Agni. In the south, Yama, the god of death and the underworld. In the southwest, the one goddess of the collection is Nirti, who is a goddess associated with loss or poverty, and the fact that when these occasions happen, sometimes those can channel can open great learning and discovery. Varna, the god of the waters in the west, and in the northwest, the god of the winds, Vayu. So those are the 8 Dikpalas. So for Ma Vipracitta, one of the things we're going to be focusing on in our meditation, after we do 27 repetitions of her rather lengthy mantra, is we're going to focus on her meditational visualization. And so when we see an image of Ma Vipracitta, she has full rising breasts, 4 arms, 3 eyes. She is naked, the color of a blue lotus, disheveled hair, a lolling tongue inspiring fear, holding a cleaver and a severed head, a skull cup and a trident. She shows her teeth, from the corners of her mouth flows blood. So I like to go through the symbolic meaning of each of these attributes. When we look at, as I've said before, when we look at the image of a deity, depending on the position they're in, the objects they're holding, this image tells quite an extensive story. So when we see a deity with blue skin, like Ma Kali or Lord Krishna or Rama, also is pictured this way, blue is associated with the destruction of evil. And then her full breasts represent the qualities of fertility, sensuality, and nourishment, nurturing and being nurtured. The tongue is a common attribute in images of Kali, and it represents two things. So the tongue can represent the vulva or yoni, and also the flame of a cremation ground. So the long tongue on the goddess represents the forces that bring us into this world, and then the forces that call us home when our time has come. The sword or cleaver and severed head, like in this image that you'll see in the PowerPoint. The sword, this represents the cutting away of ego issues. The ego itself is being represented by the severed head. And so we're cutting away these things associated with the ego that keep us from realizing our true divine potential. The trident or trishula, which we also see Lord Shiva carrying and Kali very often carrying. These represent different triads, the powers of creation, preservation, and destruction. The divine functions of will, knowledge, and action, also known as Isha Shakti, Jnana Shakti, and Kriya Shakti. And also the three main energy channels or nadis of the body, Ida, Pingla, and on the left and right, and Shushumna, the central channel running along the spine. Her three eyes represent consciousness in this realm and beyond. And then her frightening appearance, including her bloody mouth. The fearsome or frightening appearance of these goddesses are really an illusion. What truly lies underneath is this very compassionate, nurturing divine mother. And so if we can get past these fears, these judgments, then there's this amazing knowledge that we can receive. And this is an image, you'll see this in the PowerPoint, of the Murti, the devotional image in a temple in northeastern India called Tarapit. That's dedicated to Kali in the form of Ma Tara. And so on the main Murti, we see this goddess with this bloody mouth, kind of intimidating or frightening, but in the center here we see this lovely, beautiful mother giving nourishment to her child, and that child is all of us. Her skull cup or Kapala represents the transformation of consciousness. And her nudity and her disheveled hair, so naked, hair going in all directions. The universe itself is her garment, and the hair going in all directions represents the interconnectedness of all things and all persons. And then finally, her mantra, which we're going to be using as part of our meditation tonight. This is one of the lengthier ones. Om Srim Klim Chamunde Vipracitta Dushta Gatini Satrun Nashaya Etadina Vadhi Priye Siddhime Dehi Hum Vat Svaha. So when we're doing our meditation, obviously, you're probably not going to be able to repeat this mantra, but I'm going to invite you to close your eyes, breathe deeply, and let the words and the syllables and the tones carry your awareness to where it needs to go at this moment. But Om is the essence of universal reality, the all-pervading consciousness. Srim is related to the Divine Mother as preserver. It's a common Bij mantra for the goddess Lakshmi. So there's an association with wealth and prosperity as well. Klim is also, like cream is a Kali yantra, but it's also a Bij mantra for Krishna and also Kama, the god of love. And so Klim is associated with the divine's force of attraction. So what draws our attention to the divine. Chamunda, one of the names of the Divine Mother, associated with both Durga and Kali. It means the slayer of passion and anger. Dushta Gatini means killer of wickedness. Satrun Nashaya, the attractive destroyer of enemies. Etad Dina Badhi, those enemies that are killed upon this day. Priye Siddhim Me De, cherished perfection given to us. Hum is a protective Bij mantra or seed mantra associated with the Divine Mother. Vat is the deity's destructive power. We find this sometimes at the end of mantras. It's kind of like, kind of similar to the words crack or boom. It's like we're blowing away those things that are standing in the way of our true awareness. And then svaha. This is another mantra, a short phrase that's used at the end of mantras, especially fire puja mantras. You would say svaha as the offering is being given, and it's sometimes translated to mean I am one with the divine. So again, when we do our meditation, I'm going to invite everybody to focus on her meditational image, and I'm going to repeat that for everyone. And then we'll be doing some repetitions of the mantra, and I'll be giving some floral petal offerings for each repetition as well. So for our puja and meditation, I invite you to find a comfortable seated position. You can sit on the floor as I'm doing now, maybe with a cushion under your hips. Help tilt the pelvis and just make it easier to be able to sit with a straight back so you can breathe deeply and fully. Or a comfortable chair will work as well. Or you could even do the meditation lying on your back on your yoga mat in Shavasana as well. So depending on your level of comfort and your physical needs, there's always options. But to begin, I invite you to sit comfortably. Close your eyes for a moment. Open your breath. Breathing slowly, fully, and deeply. Just taking a little time for grounding, the centering, for preparing for the work that we're about to do here, our puja and our meditation. Calling upon this very powerful form of the Divine Mother. Come to think of it, this is the fourth night after the last full moon, so in a couple of days, that would be Sunday night. That would be her Vipracitta's true night of devotion, and I would invite everybody to watch this broadcast again and participate as well. But letting go of the cares of the day. Focusing your mind upon this present moment. And silently connecting with the divine in whatever form you're closest to. And if it feels right, I invite you to make a short sankalpa, a short intention for our work tonight. Just think of some small issue in your life that is ready for change, ready for transformation, ready for healing. And just make the intention that the energies of tonight's workings can go toward that resolution. I invite you now to bring the palms of your hands together at your heart center in Anjali Mudra. And we'll begin our practice tonight by chanting 3 times. And this time, we're going to use the syllable Hum, this wonderful protective Bij mantra that has a very prominent place in our mantra tonight. So inhale. Om. 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 Inhale and exhale. Slowly open your eyes and bring your hands to a comfortable position. Pavitra Pavitrova Sarvavastam Gatopiva Yashmare Pandarikaksham Savyabhyanta Sushi Vakrutunda Makaya Suryakoti Samaprama Nirvignam Kurumudeva Sabakaryam Siddhe Jai Ganesha. Om Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshvara Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Sri Guruve Namah. Jai Guru. Om Triambakam Yajamaye Sagandim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukameva Bandhanan Mrityur Mukshiyam Amritat. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Jayanti Mangalakali Bhadrakali Kapalini Durga Shama Shiva Datri Svasvada Namostute. Jayatvam Devi Chamunde Jaya Bhutita Harani Jaya Sarvagati Devi Kalaratri Namostute. Jai Ma Kali. Om. 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 Jai Ma Kali. Jai Ma Vipracitta. Jai Ma. So I invite you now to make yourselves comfortable in the place and position in which you are sitting. Closing your eyes and breathing deeply. And I invite you to focus your consciousness to the space just before your eyes and all three of your eyes, your two eyes plus your third eye, Agni chakra. Just looking outwards into a deep, dark void. This is a place in meditation called Chitakasha. But just breathe deeply. And just focusing in this dark, infinite space. And before your eyes in this space, something begins to materialize before you, taking shape in front of you. It is the form of Ma Vipracitta. So you look upon her appearance and you see her sitting upon a blue lotus with full breasts, 4 arms. Along with the 2 eyes, there's a 3rd eye on her forehead. She is naked, and her skin is the color of that blue lotus upon which she is sitting. Her hair is reaching out in all directions, connecting all things and all persons. Her tongue hangs out of her mouth. And her appearance seems fearful, but you know in your heart that is but an illusion. She holds a sword and a severed head, a skull cup filled with blood, and she holds a trident. Her mouth is open in a smile, and you see her teeth and blood flowing from the corners of her mouth. I invite you to hold your attention upon this image as we repeat her mantra and make offerings unto her. Just listening to the mantra and allowing its sound and its vibrations to take your consciousness where it needs to be at this time. And let its energies be devoted for the resolution of something within your life. Jai Ma. Jai Ma. Jai Ma. Om Srim Klim Chamunde Vipracitta Dushta Gatini Satrun Shaya Itadina Vadi Priya Siddhi Me Dehi Hum Fat Sva. Om Srim Klim Chamunde Vipracitta Dushte Gatini Satrun Shaya Tadina Vadi Priya Siddhi Me Dehi Hum Fat Sva. Om Srim Klim Chamunde Vipracitta Dushte Gatini Satrun Shayata Dinavadi Priya Siddhi Me Dehi Hum Fat Sva. Om Srim Klim Chamunde Vipracitta Dushti Gatini Satrun Shayata Dinavadi Priya Siddhi Me Dehi Hum Fat Sva. Om Srim Klim Chamunde Vipracitta Dushta Gatini Satrun Shayata Dinavadi Priya Siddhi Me Dehi Hum Fat Sva. Om Srim Klim Chamunde Vipracitta Dushti Gatini Satrun Shayata Dinavadi Priya Siddhi Me Dehi Hum Fat Sva. Om Srim Klim Chamunde Vipracitta Dushtagatini Satrunashaya Tadinavadi Priya Sadim Medei Hum Fat Sva. Om Srim Klim Chamunde Vipracitta Dushtagatini Satrunashaya Tadinavadi Priya Sadim Medei Hum Fat Sva. Om Srim Klim Chamunde Vipracitta Dushtagatini Satrunashaya Etadinavade Priya Sadim Medehi Hum Fat Sva. Om Srim Klim Chamunde Vipracitta Dushtagatini Satrunashaya Etadinavade Priya Sadim Medehi Hum Fat Sva. Om Srim Klim Chamunde Vipracitta Dushtagatani Satrunashaya Tadinivade Priya Sadim Medehi Hum Fat Sva. Om Srim Klim Chamunde Vipracitta Dushtagatani Satrunashaya Tadinavadi Priya Sadim Medehi Hum Fat Sva. Om Srim Klim Chamunde Vipracitta Dushtagatini Satrunashaya Tadinavadi Priya Sadim Medehi Hum Fat Sva. Om Srim Klim Chamunde Vipracitta Dushtagatini Satrunashaya Tadinavadi Priya Sadim Medehi Hum Fat Sva. Om Srim Klim Chamunde Vipracitta Dushtagatini Satrunashaya Tadinavadi Priya Sadim Medehi Hum Fat Sva. Om Srim Klim Chamunde Vipracitta Dushtagatini Satrunashaya Tadinavadi Priya Sadim Medehi Hum Fat Sva. Om Srim Klim Chamunde Vipracitta Dushtagatini Satrunashaya Tadinavadi Priya Sadim Medehi Hum Fat Sva. Om Srim Klim Chamunde Vipracitta Dushtagatini Satrunashaya Tadinavadi Priya Sadim Medehi Hum Fat Sva. Om Srim Klim Chamunde Vipracitta Dushtagatini Satrunashaya Etadinavadi Priya Sadim Medehi Hum Fat Sva. Om Srim Klim Chamunde Vipracitta Dushtagatini Satrunashaya Tadinavadi Priya Sadim Medehi Hum Fat Sva. Om Srim Klim Chamunde Vipracitta Dushtagatini Satrunashaya Tadinavadi Priya Sadim Medehi Hum Fat Sva. Om Srim Klim Chamunde Vipracitta Dushtagatini Satrunashaya Tadinavadi Priya Sadim Medehi Hum Fat Sva. Om Srim Klim Chamunde Vipracitta Dushtagatini Satrunashaya Tadinavadi Priya Sadim Medehi Hum Fat Sva. Om Srim Klim Chamunde Vipracitta Dushtagatini Satrunashaya Tadinavadi Priya Sadim Medehi Hum Fat Sva. Om Srim Klim Chamunda Vipracitta Dushtagatini Satrunashaya Tadinavadi Priya Sadim Medehi Hum Fat Sva. Om Srim Klim Chamunde Vipracitta Dushtagatani Satrunnashaya Tadin Navadi Priye Sadim Medehi Hum Fat Sva Om Srim Klim Chamunde Vipracita Dushtagatani Satrunnashaya Tadin Navadi Priye Sadim Medehi Hum Fat Sva Om Srim Klim Chamunda Viprachita Dushtagatani Satrunnashaya Tadinavadi Priya Siddhim Medehi Hum Fat Sva Jima Viprachita Nama. So I invite you now to continue breathing deeply with your eyes closed, just allowing yourself to be in a place of stillness and of silence. And as you meditate, just become aware of anything coming into your realm of awareness. Thoughts, emotions, sensations, mental pictures, memories, whatever they are, just let them come. Witness them from a safe, non-attached distance. And then allow them to just fade away. Take a deep and clearing breath, letting go of the meditation, and letting your awareness again return to your surroundings. Be aware of the sound of my voice, the sound of the bell, and any other sounds in your personal environment. Become aware of the sensation of your body, seated or lying where it is. Feel the temperature of the air on your skin, the clothes on your body. And slowly moving your fingers and toes, your hands and feet, arms and legs. Slowly bringing the palms of your hands together at your heart center, keeping your eyes closed. Thanking the Divine Mother for her presence in your life, knowing that she is with you always. And giving gratitude to yourself for taking part in this practice tonight. And just listening to the words of our benedictions. Om Sava Mangala Mangalye Shiva Svada Sadake Saranye Trambake Devi Naryane Namostute. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Sana Vavatu Sana Bunaktu Saviryam Kadavavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu Mavid Vidyavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Tat Sat Om. Jai Ganesha. Jai Guru. Om Namah Shivaya. Jai Ma Kali. Jai Ma Vipracitta. Jai Mata Di. Jai Mata Di. Jai Mata Di. I invite you now to slowly open your eyes. Namaste. Blessings always. And thank you so very much for joining me this evening. So again, I highly recommend that you look at the PowerPoint that goes with tonight's program and presentation. And I invite you on Sunday night to replay this broadcast and take part in the meditation once again on the most auspicious night for this form of the Divine Mother. And I wish you a wonderful night and wonderful weekend ahead. And I look forward to you joining me on Tuesday for our chair yoga and meditation for the crown chakra. Again, feel free to email me with any questions, and blessings and good night, and thank you once again. Jema.